Mic test. Mic test. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's oh, excuse me. What's going on, y'all? It's time to go live. Actually, we already are live, but whatever. You know what it is. It's a little bit late today. I am Z Rex. This is no noise time. Hope you had a great week. My week was a little off, that's for sure. Sorry I missed y'all Wednesday. I was under the weather, man. I had some nasty stomach bug. I pretty much had to live by the toilet for that day, but that's probably TMI for you guys. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's get to price action because there's actually been some pretty decent price action this week. That's for sure. Had some payrolls, farm payrolls this morning. What else did we have? Whatever, all those stupid government numbers they make up anyway. So y'all already know what it is on the channel. We like to just look at price action. There's nothing better than everybody in the whole planet with every data point, period, that exists is displayed on this chart. Never forget that. In my opinion, the news is a big waste of time. This is draining too. Anyway, let's get into some price action. I'll kind of check out some of this. Yeah, a little green action for crypto land. Kind of came in late in the day, I believe. Silver up nice off of those lows, but I mean, to be fair, it was getting absolutely destroyed for a long time. So let's see here. Oh, my mic is kind of hot. Hot mic. Let me turn that down for a sec. Or for whatever. I'm still a little bit out of it. My brain's only probably 70% back. That stomach bug was no joke. Anyway, let's see here. There we go. That looks a little bit more better. Is that better? I think. No? Yeah, well, we're just going to rock with it. All right. Starting from the top, as we generally do. Mama Bear. Let's see. Weekly. Let's go to futures because that just closed. Oh, look at that, y'all. Very nice. This actually is pretty good. Did we close above the 200? We have to pull this out because technically, I don't think we did. What is that? 040. So 28,040. Oh, we did. Look at that. We closed over it by $105. So we literally have gotten back above the 200. That's pretty good. And this is all like pretty much an open and close above 21. Yes, I know it's like right on it or maybe $100 or something, but close is close enough for me. I was actually debating one of my buddies in another chat group or in a chat group that I'm in. It's not another stream. Derp. Anyway, and he was like, "Oh, that's what makes a market." Because the ES. Well, just to illustrate this story real quick, we'll just do this real fast. I was talking about, oh yeah, the ES pretty much hit its 200. This should be a good bouncing point or whatever. And he's like, oh, it hasn't hit it for me yet. And I was like, what, dude? Really? I was like, that's not close enough for you? It's like not even 10 points. He's like, nope. But then he follows up, and that's what makes a market because we're all, everybody does stuff a little bit differently. If it was that easy, we'd all be rich as hell from trading, right? But it don't work that way. Anyway, back to Mama Bear. On that weekly, definitely liking that for the futures. Let's see if the spot price can do the same thing because as you can see now, it's like right up underneath it, kind of on a doji. So if this could close above 28,002, that would look pretty sexy for the bulls. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, and this is kind of like a little flag too, right here. Little flag pattern action. And if we do a measured move off this, where does that put us? Right, yeah, right about 30K. So let's get rid of all that stuff. Yeah, so we got a little flag right now pointing to 30K, and that gets negated with any pretty much lower time frame candles below like 27 2-ish, like low 27s. So we start getting comfy. Let's just make it easy. 27 and a half. We start getting comfy below 27 and a half short term. That'll start breaking this flag. But right now, it is intact. Let's jump out to the 2-week. Just haven't looked at it in so long. Closes actually in 6 days. Okay. Man, that could be a good sign too if this could close above 28,000 as well here in the next 6 days. What would that put us at? The 12th. So next Thursday. Yeah, we'll see. Let's get ahead of ourselves, though. Right now, we just got a nice short little flag, just ping-ponging right up, ping-ponging right up against this resistance here at 28,000. Y'all already know what time it is. It's been 26, 28 for a hot minute, so nothing's changed there. Let's go to GBDC. This is actually bullish, being above $20. You'll know we've been talking about that for a while. So, yes, it's the first candle, but check this out. This week actually did an open and close above $20. Not just no bullshitting. That's pretty significant price action and definitely gets my bull boner a little bit more excited, even though I hate everything that GBDC does and DGC. I don't like anything about them, whatever. They're part of the game, can't do anything about it. But this is a pretty nice weekly candle, though. And that is closed official as of, a few hours ago or whatever it was. It's like a total odd time for the stream today. Yeah, it's like 6:30 almost. Anyway, so the next stop on this, I would say, is going to be at the top of this wick, which is just shy of this gap over here, too. And that lies at around 21.75. So about another dollar roughly. And that becomes where the real test is, because as y'all know, one candle doesn't make trends or whatever, although we are kind of in a bullish posturing right here. Oh, sorry, my son's running behind me being goofy. All right, let's see. Okay, 618. Yeah, so in this gap is going to be our next kind of test area. And, hell, that would be pretty damn good for Bitcoin. That would probably lay Bitcoin around, 32K, which is also its next major testing point. Does kind of look like the bulls are trying to attempt to do that right now. Let's go to, but the GBDC thing, I just want to make that point. That is a very nice open and close above all this structure. That is flipping into very bullish posturing just off of this chart. No matter what this was, Bitcoin trust, anything, any price action. And that's the thing too that I try to do with my analysis is just make it real simple and you can apply it to like whatever. Like it doesn't matter. If you can chart it, you can do it. It works. You got enough volume, that's all you need. Anyway, I digress. Unicorn Man, what is he doing? So off the 4 weeks, the whole month of vol flashes, which I have probably beaten to a pulp at this point, talking about how it's super rare, but I just have never seen that on pretty much any tradable. So that's kind of crazy. And we are getting a little push from the bulls here. Now look where it stopped, right shy of that 17 and a half. Sorry, can't talk words. And that 15 and a half and 17 and a half kind of range we've been watching. This is a pretty sexy candle here to close up. And we're getting a little defense, I would say, from like that, mid 16s. It would be a lot sexier if this could get above 1650. But you can see, man, that 17 and a half level is no joke. And right when it tested it, I mean, like pretty much immediately got rejected. The worst thing about this candle, like we talked about the other day, I think on Monday, is this engulfing. If it did close and engulf, that would be kind of shitty. But hey, on the positive side for the bulls, look at this. We could be making a higher low. Higher high, although just barely. Even higher lows period are good no matter what the highs are doing, because if you're just making even highs, then you'll just build an ascending triangle. So you got to get them lower or higher lows in. We can work on the highs later, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we are kind of right at an interesting pivot point, and look actually where bulls defended it, like right on that trend line. Very interesting. Would love to see for them to get over like pretty much 1700 by next week sometime. That would look really good, because if this dribbles on too much longer, I mean, that trend line's like right here. So then it just goes back to kind of ping pong mode instead of possibly the bulls waking up. All right, that was probably a mouthful, but hopefully that made sense. Let's see here. Futures. Oh, futures weekly close. Not very good, like at all. That's pretty crappy to be real fair there. Yeah, how interesting. Well, it's just crappy because we're not going to get follow through and like, oh, okay, maybe the bulls are waking up. It's like now we're just back ping ponging. That puts us right back in the stupid range. Y'all can see we're like literally smack in the middle of it. So nothing really on the weekly there. Litecoin, wow, look, it's still going sideways. All right. Oh, look, it's still going sideways. I mean, how many more times am I going to say this? Probably at least another month now, because the market doesn't care. Whoa, look at this. All right, here's a chart that's really getting squeezed. I got to have something that looks different here. Check this out. 200, 21, and the 55, all right here within the 10-cent handle. This is getting really squeezed. Bulls are barely holding on to this on the 200, and that's about that 11-cent flat range. So, you already know that's actually not really an update, except for the squeeze is getting real. I mean, these are going to squeeze together next week sometime. TRX. Oh man, couldn't get any. That's kind of wild, because this right here is a super bullish setup. It didn't get any follow through, to be fair, and then petered out with a lower body close. So, but yeah, that is a little surprising. Just nothing on that. Interesting. Let's jump out to the weekly. Yeah, weekly still looks very good. And no problems there. Actually, yeah, look at that. It's just coming back over here to test this big old Pumpy McDumpson. And also all the support over here. So, okay, that makes sense. This is actually a really good spot then for bulls to defend, is about this 8.5 to 8.7 penny area. And you can actually see, you can actually see that too on the daily. Interesting. Yeah, so that's the short-term line in the sand right there. And that makes sense, because looking at this beautiful structure that we were identifying in the past, this is very nice, just coming back to test it and getting a very decent reaction. I mean, that's over half of that candle regained, and we got about 30 minutes left. So that's pretty good. Hey, look, Dot's just sideways still. I mean, whatever. Make the argument. Change my mind. This isn't a terrible risk to reward entry. Doesn't mean it's like a hodl long, because it could just like rally to these freaking the trend line and just keep selling off. But as a trade, you know, you can make really good, tough, strong argument right here that this is a low risk entry, because pretty much anything below like 390, it's trash. You don't want to hold on to that. All right, let's see. ADA is actually kind of flagging out. All right. Oh. Oh, sorry, my son was asking me something. Anyway, bouncing off here, little flag too on Cardano. This is actually pretty bullish short term above 25 pennies. So looking pretty good. Nice, because last time we looked at this was on Monday, and it ended up holding structure. And then look at this nice hammer candle here too. So yeah, very nice above the 25-cent handle on ADA short term. Link, oh, I love the Chrono Cross. You already know what's up. And they're all slightly pointing up. The only thing that sucks about this is the internals, both the RSI. The RSI is like not great, but the DMI, like, what is this trash? Where are the bulls at, man? All the way down to the teens? Garbage. Garbage. That probably won't get reignited until we see prices back really above like $8 or approaching 8. EOS, God, this thing just looks so terrible. Yeah, remember how we talked about crypto loving to just go sideways through triangles? Like it's one of its favorite things to do. Well, there you go. Pretty hilarious, right in our face. It's one of the only things I feel like that does that pretty consistently. It's hilarious. And I don't know, I guess maybe more traders in crypto or T8 nerds. I don't really know why. It's kind of funny. I've thought about it a lot. I just can't. If you have any ideas, throw it in the chat or DM me or something, because it's just, I notice it a lot, of course, across the board on crypto than I do anything else. That sounded retarded. I'm sorry. I'm still not all the way back, but whatever. Let's just move on. VCH, it probably kind of made sense to some of y'all. It's all good. All right, we got like kind of a sloppy trend line here. I don't even like to use that back one. I like bodies mostly for trend lines. And here we go. That's a better one, because this will be about 3 touches now. Generally, you want 3 touches on a trend line to give it like stronger validity. You can't just have it touch like one time. That's not really a trend line. 3 is kind of the minimum number there. But anyway, hey, this is actually looking pretty good. That 210 area getting very well defended. I mean, I'm bullish, leaning on this until it breaks back below really like 200, because even flashing below 210 for a second is whatever. All right, let's see. XMR is just kind of chilling on this second speed line. It's barely holding on for dear life, but hey, I mean, this is kind of the market. This is the crypto market. We're ping ponging like a mofo, and y'all already know there's going to be a big move coming up, and I think it's going to be before the end of the year. So let's see here. Zcash, yeah, whatever. It's right around 29. Hey, maybe buying it right under 29 is the spot to do it for a nice snap to the upside. I don't know. I'm not buying that one right now. I'll tell you that. What's up, bud? Dash is just riding this stupid trend line. I mean, I guess it's okay above 24, but there's better charts out there, so whatever. Like Dogecoin. Now this one, me likey, this one. Look at this. Right at 6 cents. Y'all know 6 cents is kind of the line in the sand. Even small time frames. We can even jump down to like a 3-hour. Look at this. And you don't like closing below 6. 6 is right here. It hasn't done it. 6 cents is no friggin' joke. Okay. So tell me that this might not be an epic entry, right? Oh, what? Even if you go to 5.9, it's 3.5%. Even if you go to the tail of these candles, it's 10%, man. What? What? I don't know. That's pretty attractive to me, but what do I know? I'm just some guy on. I was going to say YouTube. I am on YouTube as well right now. We stream both at the same time, but trading views where we're focused here. Hey, be quiet, please. All right, let's see. STX. Hey, I like this. Making a little saucer pattern. Looks very good above 48 pennies. Very. Oh, yeah. This actually looks super good. DMI, everything is in line. Let's jump out to the weekly. Yeah, so it does have major resistance right here. It starts to get real sexy above like 58, 60 cents for sure. For sure.
I'm going to write my name on
it. Hey, hold on. Let me finish up. All right, true. True is, hey, this still looks pretty good. And above 3.6. It does have some. Hold on, we got it. This one's too close. If it's too close to not be able to tell, like on the small scale, it probably doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's even, so it's not really divergence. Whatever. It looks good above this box, like 3.6, easy peasy. XRD. Oh my god, I didn't notice this until just now. That is nasty. What happened to them? Dump Fest. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, whoa, man, this is brutal. 7% double days. Man, on the first open and close, too. That's a little more rare, although a warning. First open and close below the trend line and a body below these bodies. I don't think after this candle, it's like, uh-oh. Because, below our blue box here, 5.5 pennies. But wow, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Something. The XRD fanboys are gone. Well, that's what is that? 15%? Yeah. It's not the best. Taking a hit on that one, but don't have very much in it, so that's fine. On the crap moonshot ones like that, yeah, it's not great to put lots of money in there. That's for sure. We got kind of a little flag coming up here. I don't know why I'm trying to use lines to do this. That's dumb. Instead of just using the brush. It is a little bit extended, so it pretty much needs to resolve by like this weekend, really, like Monday, Tuesday at the latest. Otherwise, it's just more ping pong. Yay! How fun is that? Will this actually be something cool someday? I was thinking about this earlier. So they are all over the UFC, and apparently they're gonna, like, they're on the Octagon or whatever. They're a sponsor, advertiser, but they talked about doing collectibles and tickets and issuing certain things on that blockchain, and they just partnered with them last year. I think almost a year ago to date. It was last summer, so maybe a little longer than a year now. And that was in the middle of the bear market. That's like literally over here. Like prices were lower than they are now, and there wasn't. I mean, what other crypto company signed $100 million deal for 5 years, literally at the bottom of the bear market, or close to the bottom of the bear market? Sorry, because it's back over here. My bad. So it's a little lower than it was. I mean, that's pretty crazy. That's interesting, different, at least. I don't know. Something I kind of just think about on and off. That's why I put it on this list too, because I want to see that at some point when this thing gets back over this like 2.5 cent level. Man, get ready. Oh, look, Osmos is still selling off. All right. Ton looks pretty decent right here. I mean, it's just kind of going to test the structure to the left, about $2 roughly, so above $2. Like we said, 192. As long as it's above that, I mean, whatever, man, looks good. And we are getting kind of confirmation of that as well, looking at these tails going up and now getting a body open and close above the last 5 days. So looking pretty good. So that's confirmation that $192 for short term is the pivot point. Majors. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Hold on. All right.
Like, it's split.
Yeah.
I don't need the letters though.
Yeah, I don't care. All right. So 4,200 was kind of the next step after 43. Of course, it's 4,200. What else would it be? So it got front run a little bit right off of the 200, which is to be expected for sure. A nice bounce off of that. Very strong bounce. I mean, about just shy of 3%. But you already know what time it is. Until it's back over 4,400, whatever. Like, this gap has been nice and filled, though, now. So I think back above 4,400, this thing probably builds a chart to just keep going up because why not, right? Now, if we start building below 44 and we really struggle to even get above, let's pull a fib real quick. Okay, wow, is actually where it kind of stopped. So if we even struggled to get above like close to 44, I would really start to question that and maybe would look for some more downside. But right now, it's playing out kind of as it should per the chart. And so we're kind of in this 42 to 44 range. And the longer this goes sideways, and if it builds kind of just below this, it's going to be a little bit nasty of a chart. I know a lot of people are super bearish right now. Oh, sorry. Hold on real fast. Because that crinkle of that cookie wrapper is probably super loud. Okay, sorry. Trying to dad it up and chart it up at the same time. I just realized, holy crap, I need to get one of these in before the weekend. Wow, beautiful bounce. Look, we're back above 15,000. That's pretty impressive. Stalled right at the 21 and 55, and all this sideways chop to be expected there for the first attempt. Beautiful hammer candle. After a doji above. Wow, it's almost, is it above? Hold up. It pretty much is. That is almost an open and close above 15,000. Wow. Yeah, so they're solidifying that 15K level we've been watching. So if it just keeps building this chart up slowly to the right on this shit and gets back, I mean, this could just be like a little low. You know, the next big test will be if it can actually make a higher high at, wow, apparently it's at 15,666. So, yeah. Of course it would be. What if we rallied to there and sold off really hard? Oh my god. Cuz y'all don't know if y'all remember back in the '08 crash, the SPX bottomed at 666. Yeah, isn't that crazy? All right. The Dow not quite down to its support levels, major support levels, which is good. That's actually a good sign for the bulls that they're underlying like super defending this zone here. So, you know, that technically keeps a nice higher low too in the structure. And just like NASDAQ, if we start just camping above this 33.5 area, it looks pretty damn good with that ultimate kind of mega zone at a 34.2 because it always has to have 4 and 2 in it, you know. Very lovely. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful bounce. Double hammers off this 1740 area. We talked about this on Monday a little bit. We talked about it a crap ton of times earlier in the year. There's just something about this number. It almost always will bounce off of it 10 to 20 points. I don't know how many times I've taken that trade this year, but a lot. It's at least 10 times for sure. Easy. But did it again one more time. It was a little bit more nerve-wracking, though, I will say, because I opened it on Wednesday after the close. And then I forgot that payrolls were on Friday. And then I was like, oh, man, that's going to be kind of volatile probably. But I was like, whatever. TA trumps all that crap anyway, because I always make that argument with some of my friends that are super fundamentally based. And so I was like, whatever. It's not a huge position, not super leveraged or nothing. So I was like, I'm just gonna just trust the TA, and I was like, oh shit, look at that. Crazy. It's hard to do that, It's hard to do that. It's hard to believe in the tea leaves. All right, Russell, nice defense there. So 1740 again is confirmed. I mean, this probably is going to rally up, another 20 points or something. I did not hold that, though. I already sold it at the close today because you just never know. You never know, especially when the fear seems to be a little bit higher right now than it has been in a little while. But hey, we've had a nice sell-off. We stopped right at this major support trend line. I mean, this looks this looks healthy to me. I know people are like, what the hell? I mean, look at this. It's still building a very large ascending triangle with like very serious, I don't know what other word to say, but the structure is just super perfect on this. And if this builds like this over the next like rest of this month pretty much and stays above and defends and builds that structure above 1740, I mean, dude, that is a beautiful looking chart. I would be looking for, another 1900 test at least. DJT, yep, finding a little love too, right at the top end of the box. Not as good as some of the indices defense, but hey, it's right around the 200. I mean, I guess it's comparable. Would have just looked nicer if it stayed above 15,000, but it can't always look super nice. DAX is actually, whoa, look at this. DAX is barely holding on. Let's go to the weekly. Barely holding on DAX. Very rounded top. I mean, went and tapped the bottom of this zone, so pretty much 15,000 handle is its number until it's comfortably above or below that. It's kind of just mega ping pong mode. China, yeah, whatever. I mean, it looks okay. Still above 3,000. Nothing, no real new information on that. 3K to like 33, pretty much. VIX rejected from getting right to the green box. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's a good spot to get rejected. Is this going to keep going to the upside? Maybe. We got rejected on the 100. So nothing too serious. Looks more like Chop Fest to me. So I wouldn't say anything too crazy there. Nothing there. Just kind of squeezing up. Oil is one of the bigger ones. I didn't even notice this until earlier today. Holy crap, man. Went right up to 95. Bam. Right back to 82, 83 area. Is this a long in oil? I almost put one on today, but I'm going to wait till next week and kind of see what happens. So, yeah, because you don't ever have to rush, man. Don't ever think you have to rush into a trade. If you feel that way, it's probably going to be a bad trade. Probably. Anyway, so I'm going to wait next week. I am thinking about that, though. I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't take any shorts up here because y'all already know that it was like mega resistance at 93 to 95. I mean, serious resistance. I guess it's because I just haven't been trying to short that much when we're already like way for like with majors and other stuff. We're already kind of far down, so I don't want to. I'm trying not to be biased to that. But hey, lesson learned. That doesn't matter. Just read the dumb chart. Or read the smart chart, dummy. Actually, I should say. Hey, look at this. Beautiful. The flag. We get up. We're up there. Past that, man. We were talking about this earlier on Monday. Beautiful chart. Wow, I didn't notice this either. Very good. Over $3. Ran up to that 325 target and a little bit beyond. Looks very good. We'll see if we can get a weekly close above that 325 area. Because if we can do that, that's actually going to be pretty damn nice. And the longer now that it stays above like 3-ish, give or take maybe like 20 cents, maybe just 10 cents from 3, then this 200 will curl around, and it will probably do that if we can manage to stay above that level by like mid next month or so. So, damn, that's a pretty nice looking chart there. Just beautiful chart. This whole year has just, well, almost this whole year. It was pretty brutal to start. But, most of the year it has been just TA beauty, man. Lovely chart for nat gas. I don't trade nat gas very much, but I probably should. Look at this. We have hit our measured move on the H pattern. on bonds. Look at, wow. Okay. Shit. Pretty much right to it and found support. And this is drawn from right here, the H pattern. If y'all watch the show a lot, y'all know what it is. The H pattern is badass and one of the most under talked about and utilized patterns, I think, in trading. Like, I rarely hear anyone mention it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is how this works. A lot of times they actually don't play out to the downside. The H kind of stands for hard to short into because it looks bearish as hell, but it's actually a dangerous short to take until you get confirmation, which is technically, for just educational purposes, technically that is this candle here, a full open and close below the bottom of the H that engages that trade, and you can look for that target. And generally they are fast like this too. So if it does break and just goes sideways for a couple more candles, especially even 3 candles, then I'd probably reduce the size or hedge it or something. I don't know. Maybe wait for it to break that range. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hit that. We probably are at some pretty decent support here. I mean, let's jump out to the monthly because this is T-bonds. This has been around for a long time. Yeah, look where we're finding support too. And one of the only magenta candles on the monthly back in 03, summer of 03. Those are very important candles. And look, we tested pretty much the bottom third of it and we found support. This probably is fairly close. Maybe we get a little bit more stress and push up into that for TNX. We were talking about this last week, or I don't know, semi-recently, that if we can push up into that 5.5, 6 area, that would probably be enough for something drastic to happen where the Fed would be like, okay, we're done. We're not doing the rate thing anymore. So definitely could see that. Speaking of rates, look at this crap. Well, can't look at that. Here we go. Kind of a little rejection, but still looks pretty good above 460-ish. Very curious how this chart is going to build next week. This is a little bit of a bearish candle right here. That's called a shooting star. Gold also bouncing lovely off of this swing low, barely holding on, but not very sexy, kind of just right in the middle of this range. This is a tough range to be in. Won't be touching gold for a little bit. Silver, nice, also kind of move a little bit stronger. I like that it engulfed everything down here. Maybe it's a little better above about 2140. Platinum, whatever, it's below freaking 9. Who cares? All right, I think that's it. Much love, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I did it longer than I thought I was going to be able to do. I'll be 100% back up next week. I hope y'all have a beautiful weekend. Happy Friday. This is No Noiz. I am Z-Rex. Peace.